Hey, how's it going? I've never done a live on my phone before, so if you don't mind, chat, and I need to see where it like pops up and if it does pop up. So, type something in the chat real quick, something appropriate, and let's see what this looks like. Hey, what's up, Cal? Can you hear me all right? I have a print going. Dude, so check this out. Oh, hold on, let me get this stuff out of the way. I haven't sent you a picture yet, but this is a Monster Hunter blade, and it is massive. It's so like I'm working on it right now. It's like 6 feet long. Um, it's pretty big, and it's supposed to be a job. It's a jawbone. Um, yeah, it's pretty sick. So right now I'm just filling in like the seams and kind of just welding stuff together. So it's pretty sick though. I think it's gonna be a cool piece. I'm just soldering everything together. I'm going to paint it, and then I'm also gonna weather it. But it's pretty large. It's reinforced with metal threaded rods, kind of in the middle. I wouldn't ever grab it and hold it just by this. I'd probably have to hold, like this. But it's cool. So I'm just filling in seams right now, and that's what I'm doing. And if you guys have any questions, I see that we got 28 people just popped in real quick. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Ask away all you want. VR tracking feature? No, no, I do not. I'm probably not going to be on too long because I'm just kind of, doing something while, my kids take naps and stuff. And when they wake up, I'll be done, and then I'll be on again tonight doing the same thing. But if you guys want to, follow this build, feel free to give this a like, and then also subscribe if you're interested in 3D printed props. I'm gonna be making a lot more of this kind of stuff. I have a bunch of Monster Hunter items that I want to make. It's a really cool game with some cool stuff in it. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next little bit, is just making a Monster Hunter. But essentially all I'm doing right now is I'm just taking some filament. This blade was printed in multiple pieces, and so I'm just taking some filament and just filling in the seams. So I'm taking this fine line filament where the lines are, melting it down, kind of join the two, and then on the bigger gaps, I'm taking old support materials and I'm melting them into the gaps to kind of fill that. And then on the other side, when I flip it over, I'll dump some glue down. And so this will kind of be like the base for the glue, if that makes sense. Also, if you're ever soldering inside, make sure you're in a well ventilated area or you're wearing a mask. I'm sitting right by a window, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, it is. It's a pretty big blade. Answer the question. The VR tracking feature? No, I don't have a VR tracking feature. kind of nice. This is a textured print. Am I getting? I don't know. Maybe. It's a textured print, and so you don't have to be too clean with it. I'm going to be making a magic sword from Marvel Rivals, um, and that one I'll have to make sure that, like, there's no seam lines or anything because that's a forged blade, and so you're not going to have too many imperfections. But a jaw, you can have infinite variations of a bone. So, what's up, NB? What if I was frankly built? Also, I think Frank is like 5 foot something. I'd be like two Franks in a trench coat, you know, on the shoulders. No, I changed my name to the next build from Queso Builds. Queso I've been using as my gamer tag for a long time. But I there's another Queso that's a streamer, and he's very popular. And so I just said, yeah, maybe I'll distance myself from that name because that's his name, and I didn't want people to get confused. And then also I got somebody that said we got a skinny queso before GTA 6, and so that was the catalyst that made me change. Someone has the same name as you on your channel. That's all right. This is me now. All right, it's not just a phase. Hold on, I got a message for review. Thanks, Calvin. Appreciate it. The only downside about streaming on YouTube is um, I can't listen to music. TikTok, you can stream with music on, and no problem. But YouTube has a feature, its AI will like automatically just mute it. And they said like, oh, it won't do anything, but like I don't know, I don't want to take a chance. So no music for me. Next builds, well, this is the next build, so quite the difference. Castle loss. All right, we're getting to a bigger gap right here, so we are going to take some supports, kind of cut them up, and then put them in that gap. And so, what I'm doing is I'm just taking the supports. I don't know if you can really see that, and I'll put where the interface between the print and the tree support was, where they are meeting the print together. That's going to be facing up, and then the actual tree support, like the limb, I guess, is going to be in the inside of the print. And so I'm just kind of pushing that down in there, and then I'll press down with this flat part. See, I do know the NZXT. That's like a brand, though. and mine's N3 XT. Bro, my solder iron, bro, my last print. It broke last print? That's too bad. You should get a new one. This was like $6 on Amazon. Also, if you're just hopping in and you haven't seen me pick up the blade, let me finish this and I'll show you what it looks like. It's a pretty large and hefty build. It's a queso size build. It broke the print. That sucks. It's too bad. Do you watch? No, I don't watch Queso. Just seen his clips around, know who he is, but I don't like seek him out. Anyways, if you guys have ever soldered before, I really do suggest just taking these old tree branches, these supports, and using them, kind of recycle them. They've actually worked out pretty well. So he's the same size as me. I'm probably a little bit taller than Queso. Yeah, probably taller. On with. Alrighty. Alright, let me get this little section done, and then if you've just hopped in here, I'll show you what this blade looks like. Alright. Let's give the people what they want. Let me show you what this looks like. Alright, so this is, make sure I hit anything. This is the blade right here. That's the whole thing kind of in frame. It's a large guy. You know, I think it's about 6 feet, somewhere around there. Has some good detail on it. I do like it, and I can't wait to paint it. It's gonna be a good paint job. As for weight, it probably weighs 15 pounds, somewhere around there. I tried to make this part right here the densest part, and then the blade itself, I only used about a 4% infill. I did use 3 walls on it, and then everything else, this was like a 20% infill and a 4-wall print. But everything else, like the blade itself is pretty light. The chunkiest part is down through here, and then the handle is pretty big as well. I would never, this is reinforced with metal inside. There's a bar going from here till about here-ish, and then another bar going up through here, and then another bar going from here all the way up the spine. But I don't think I'd still pick it up by the handle and just hold it by the handle. It's a 3D print, and you know it'll be a good cosplay item. You know, you could sling it on your back. You could also, you know, just put it up on your wall. It's pretty cool. So I'm excited about it. All right, let's get some more supports here. If you're new here, feel free to give this stream a like so you can catch more. I'm going to be doing more live builds. I'm already doing it, so why not do it live? Just like Bill O'Reilly. Have you put on a scale? I haven't put on a scale yet, Cal. I would probably say it's about 10 to 15 pounds. So it's I don't know if you caught what I was saying, but the blade, I made a less dense infill on it, and so the blade is light. The spine of it's pretty chunky though. When I get it done, I will put a banana by it for comparison. But I am pretty excited to paint this. I've never painted bone before, so that will be a new experience. I have seen some tutorials on how to do it, and they've talked about some potential ideas. There was a guy, he spray painted it, and then he got some like wood stain, like a light, not like a dark brown wood stain, but like a light brown wood stain, and then he just kind of stained the whole thing, and where the recesses were of the print, they were darker, and then on the higher areas of the print, they were lighter, and so it kind of just gave that that depth that, you know, painting by hand would give, but you know, you didn't have to do everything and focus on every little bit, you know, if that makes sense. I'll probably be doing this quite a bit for the next week or so because there is spring break right now, so that is nice. And I'm excited about that. I will be on again later tonight, though. I kind of just hopped on during my kids' naps. As soon as they wake up, though, I do hop off. But tonight, I will be on again, just kind of doing the same thing, finishing up the blade. That's the plan, and what we're going to roll with. All right, so that's done there, and I kind of made this. This is like a 4-point piece. So this is the four corners area, and that's where like a major intersecting part is. I'm gonna go now on this little bit right here, and it's a small line, so it shouldn't take too much. But I am just gonna cut a little bit off at a time. Actually, I wonder if I could just... melt it first, and then lay that down in the seam. Alright, looks like the kiddos are waking up. So, oh, maybe. Yes, he's awake. Just really quick, if you guys are interested in this build, it's a Monster Hunter blade. It's the jaw blade, and I'm just kind of soldering it together right now with plastic. I'll show you really quickly. I'm going to be hopping off here because my kids' naps are just ending and they're waking up and I got to go get them. So if you're interested, this is what I'm making. Jawbone blade. It's about 6 feet long from Monster Hunter. Check me out. I'll be on later tonight building this some more. Hopefully I can complete it and then also start painting maybe tomorrow. But yes, this is what I'm making. Jawbone blade. Thanks for watching. I'll be on again later tonight, probably about 7:30 Mountain Standard. So if you're new here, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll be back on later tonight, and I will start working on this again. Think of any 3D printing questions you have, and I'll hopefully be able to answer you. But anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all.